Hey there guys, this is Guru DCX and welcome to my new series called Rambling Rob. Anyway, what this series is going to be about is basically me talking through a microphone, rambling about anything that comes to mind. It's just going to be a short, well, between 10 to 15 minute segment, probably once, maybe twice a week, depending on availability. Just talking about a particular topic which takes my interest at the moment. Usually going to be game orientated, obviously, but if it isn't, well, games will make a feature, but if it's not a game based one, don't expect much. If you don't want to watch them ones, then don't. I will probably tell you whether or not it is a game one in the description so that you don't have to sit and listen to find out. Anyway, this first one is just going to be about the ground rules, just to let you know what this series is all about. Like I said, it's going to be about me talking about any games I've been playing recently, what I've been up to, any topics that are in the news or off YouTube or the internet, anything that's kind of in the public eye at the moment. Oh, excuse me. So anyway, as I was saying, this new segment is just purely as filler until I have attained enough money spare to be able to build a new computer and maybe get a new recording device. At the moment, I'm currently using the White Dazzle, and it is absolute garbage for recording high quality video, as far as I can manage anyway. I'm saving up for either a Roxio gamer card or even a Hapog HD PVR gaming edition. I have a friend who has one of those, and he says it's absolutely perfect for what you want it for. But obviously, if I had one of them with it sapping so much power, I would probably need a new computer as well. So it might take some time before that happens. Let's Plays are on hold at the moment. I might decide to change that if and when I find a game which isn't going to destroy this poor old laptop. This laptop is currently running, it's about 5 years old now, and is definitely showing the sign of age. It's struggling to run fraps at all at the moment, so I can't record anything that is full screen gameplay on the PC. And as depressing as it might sound, we tried to record Angry Birds via fraps off the computer, and it lagged even Angry Birds to the point of a grinding halt. Such is the thing of an old computer, incapable of doing one thing without it having to die. So two things, or die again. It's just torture. So anyway, that's why I thought I would do this mini segment series, because obviously it doesn't take any major processing power. I can just sit, talk, and you can look at the pretty screen and listen to me ramble. Hopefully it will mean that I'll get some feedback off you, and it'll be a good way to interact. And at the end of every segment, if I've had any comments, I'll be able to answer those questions at the end of every segment, and obviously pop up on the screen showing the comment that was made for those who haven't seen the previous video or haven't bothered looking at the comment sections. So yeah, what I have been doing recently, What I've been doing recently, obviously, as I'm sure I've mentioned in a previous update podcast, is not a lot. Personal life has been completely hectic. Work life has been completely hectic. And at the moment, it's the run up to Christmas, so I'm even busier than ever. However, I have been able to play the new Resident Evil 6 with my fiancée, and we're really enjoying it. I only get to see her 3 days out of the week, and we only get to play on it for like a couple hours every night when my son is asleep. Unfortunately, he does take up the rest of the time. However, it's a good game. I'm not going to lie. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, it's not really Resident Evil anymore. There's no horror sections." La di da. And yes, granted, Capcom could probably slap any name on it, change the names of the characters, and it would just be a completely different game. It doesn't have the same feel as the old Resident Evils. Everyone knows this. Do not say, oh, it's a bad game because it's not like Resident Evil 1 through 3. We don't care. We know it's not. Anyway, as a game just to sit down and play, it's quite good. And it's becoming increasingly difficult to find games with split screen. Obviously, and my fiance were sitting in the same room. We want to play the same game together. I don't want to have to buy two friggin' Xboxes, two friggin' tellies, and system link them together. I don't care if it's old school. Oh, split screen, it's rubbish. Unless you have a massive TV, you can't see anything about it. I don't care. I still want it in my games. If it's multiplayer online, it should have a multiplayer offline functionality as well. It's only fair to those who want to play in the same bloody room. I don't understand why game companies these days have to think it all has to be online only. Rubbish. I don't care what they think. But anyway, before I get extremely annoyed and rant about the game companies, that will probably come later on. But yeah, so Resident Evil 6. We've only got Jake's campaign left to do. I know that once I've completed that, Ada Wong's will become accessible. However, with that being, I believe, a single player campaign only, probably won't be playing that with any rush. So far, my favourite campaign, I have to say, probably Chris's. I like the story in Chris's slightly more. I know Capcom's definitely not famous for being able to write a story, but I like the fact that the characters have a lot more in depth than say Leon's. Yes, Leon's story is quite good as well for a Resident Evil game. However, a tear-jerking moment appears at the end. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't played this game yet and wishes to. But Piers at the end sacrificing himself for the greater good, despite what Chris wants. Quite nice, not going to lie. I've seen bits of Jake's. The fact that Jake is Albert Wesker's son, instantly, yeah, I'll go with that. The fact that Wesker is now classed as deceased, we needed a character who, was still quite a bit of a badass, really, because Chris and Leon just uphold the law. They're not very badass. They try to follow the rules. So obviously we need a Maverick in the lineup. But apart from that, I've been playing. Weirdly enough, I've gone back to the PlayStation Portable. I haven't got a Vita. Don't intend on paying over £200 or whatever it is in the dollar conversion for a portable console. No. £200 for a full console, maybe. Not for a dual touchscreen portable. Can't afford it, not going to buy it until the prices get completely hacked to bits. But anyway, I went back to the PlayStation Portable, the PSP, and I started playing on Final Fantasy IX again. I do have a PS2 and I do have a copy of Final Fantasy IX to play through on the big telly, but it's nice to play on the PSP because then that leaves me to be able to have the Xbox playing YouTube. Obviously, I don't want to be playing it through the laptop because the laptop will be getting used to talk to people. I do three things at once. Yes, I am a man and I can do three things at once. Don't go there. Anyway, so I've been playing that again recently, and obviously it's probably within the top three of my Final Fantasies. I've gone off them a lot recently. I don't like what Square's done to them. 10, pushing it 12 was probably the last decent one. I don't like the way they've changed the series though. To be fair, the PlayStation 1 and the Super Nintendo versions far better. I don't know why they had to change it. I know they were thinking that they were trailing behind, but why change what wasn't broken? The formula that they were using, the battle mechanics that they were using, I thought were better in the older games than they are in the newer games. I know they were trying to change things up, experiment, la-di-da, but they should have known it wasn't working because I'm sure they can tell that the popularity is waning. Reviews haven't been as good as they used to be with the old games. I'm sure their sales are suffering as well. But then again, it's Square Enix and they like to make a million games a year, and it probably doesn't really bother them anymore. It is an old franchise. They have lost a lot of the old employees that made the older games, so it is inevitable that things are going to change. Uh, Hopefully, in the future, it will change for the better. But yeah, getting back to the point at hand. Back on Final Fantasy IX, I do have the download licenses for 8 and 7 as well for the PSP. Probably need to get a couple more memory cards just so I don't have to keep deleting stuff. Seeing as though the PSN network only allows you to have up to 5 downloads at a time before you have to repay for it, I believe, unless they've changed that recently. I haven't checked the terms and agreements. Um, oh, pardon me. But anyway, other than them two games, I haven't really been playing much recently. Um, haven't really had the time, and when I've had the time, I'm usually too brain dead to pick up a controller or pick up the PSP. A lot of my time is spent actually catching up on YouTube videos, watching YouTube videos, been watching through HC Bailey's Final Fantasy 12 playthrough. Um, awesome, awesome playthrough. I love HC Bailey. I love his way of Let's Plays. Um, I love listening to him. I think he's absolutely hilarious. He obviously has a completely unique voice. Goes from low pitch to high pitch within a heartbeat. That and recently in Final Fantasy 12, he's developed a very sarcastic little giggle, which has become quite noticeable. I don't know if he realizes this, but I'm sure he does. But yeah, so I've been watching that. What else have I been watching? I've been watching a lot of. What else have I been watching a lot of? I've been watching a lot of stuff, but I can't really think off the top of my head now that I'm being asked to. Oh, been watching a lot of Ben Yahtzee Croshaw, best known for his Zero Punctuation series. I've been watching a lot of his Let's Plays with his friend Gabriel on his YouTube page Yahtzee19, which will be popped down on the down bar description box. Just if you didn't already have him in your sub box, you should. As well as HC Bailey, actually. His link will be down there as well. Anyone that I mention, probably the link will end up down there. What else have I been doing then, game wise? Oh, well, like I said, game wise, I've been too tired to really think about it. So I've just been watching games more than playing them. But you never know, like I said, now that I'm getting this new series up and running, and now that I'm hopefully going to do some Let's Plays once I get some new equipment, things might get better. I'm also in the works with a new Let's Play called Proxy Playthroughs, um, and he is actually a good friend of mine from university. He's just started out doing Let's Play walkthrough videos, and hopefully I'm going to start doing a couple of his proxy and pals or whatever he's called. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. I do apologise, mate. Um, but yeah, hopefully I'm going to get involved with a couple of them. He can record it, and obviously he'll record me talking to him over whatever Skype or anything like that, or Xbox Live if it's an Xbox Live game, that kind of thing. Um, Pardon me. So hopefully that'll go ahead, and that'll obviously get my content more active um, alongside this series. And I'm actually quite surprised I've managed to speak for 14 minutes. I was going to keep it quite short. Um, Sorry for all the by the way. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. I haven't written any notes down or any script, and this is just obviously off the top of my head. It is called Ramble for a reason. But I was also thinking I might be doing a couple of vlogs. Recently got my fiance for her birthday a camera which also records in HD. So I might do a couple of vlogs as well, just to switch it up, so it's not always just a title screen you're looking at. Yeah, we'll see about that though. Obviously, I'll have to set up my room in such a way so it doesn't just look like a bedroom. Don't really fancy showing everyone my bedroom, to be quite honest. But that's for another time. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. Hope you like what I'm planning on doing. And from now on, after this section, every week, every week, each of the episodes that I upload, like I said, it might be one, it might be two a week. They will be focusing on a particular topic, so it might range from 10 minutes to 15 minutes, depending on how much I have to say about a particular topic without getting off topic. And if anyone has any suggestions, feel free to drop them down in the comments. If you've got any questions, again, drop them down in the comments, and I'll try to answer them in the next episode. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go now. So thank you all very much for listening, and I shall be here next week. See you all later.